Yeah, we are live. Okay, let's double check. Yeah, we're live. Actually, we're
Okay,
live. What the
it's pretty
CBS?
it's
Cool.
faster. I guess I love it. This is our own software, and the good and the bad is we have to fix bugs, but the other cool thing is we can improve it. So it seems like it has improved a bit, and I'm liking it.
Yeah,
So
it has actually improved a lot. I think before we need to like join one session from the other, but now it's just you open one tab or one window and then it takes you to the next session automatically, which is full.
yeah, I
So,
like it. So this
okay.
session is the Road to Cross Border Summit 2026, and what's that?
Yes.
Well, we got
Road Yeah, Road to Cross Border Summit. So basically, we have this update episodes that we are going to share with our attendees, speakers, sponsors, and GFA community. And oh, by the way, before we start, Mike, yeah, how about let's talk a little bit about your rebranding and how Cross Border Summit connects with Global from Anywhere.
Yeah, sure. No, Global from Asia I remember registering a domain in October 2013. At the time, it was even going to be considered called like Hong Kong Business Podcast or something like that, like maybe .com as a Hong Kong podcast about business in Hong Kong. Even back then, I didn't want to just be only on Hong Kong or Hong Kong business. So even back then, I had a bigger, broader name called Global from Asia about doing business, international business from Asia, like where maybe even back then I should have thought maybe quote unquote bigger or whatever you want to call it. We always called it GFA. And I don't want to say I always had the idea of Global from Anywhere in 2013, but the idea was always to be international and global anyway. So the idea was over the years, even 2018, I played with the idea of Global from Anywhere to the community. And back then, Asia was still, it still is. I'm not saying it's not, but people are saying, no, focus on Asia. Asia's big. Asia's where things are. Even people still tell me that now. So I didn't change it in 2018, but I kept the domain, of course, Global from Anywhere. But if you noticed, we always had GFA VIP, GFA. We didn't always use Global from Asia. But what we've done is we have integrated a lot. I know some people here I think are from the Handshake community. I still have even the Handshake logo here on my microphone and switch it to the GFA logo. I've always wanted to integrate different communities or different things that we or I do under one more umbrella. And especially within Handshake, we've had interviews with some Handshake or Web3 people. They always said, oh, am I relevant to be on the show? I'm not in Asia, or I'm not in Asia. I don't do business in Asia. So that was also another reason. And we've been vibe coding like crazy, all these softwares like this one, right? And we have GFA VIP login, and we use GFA VIP within a lot of the apps in various projects. So I felt like it was finally time we make that rebrand. So GFA is Global from Anywhere now. Even my son, he wants to go to space, right? He wants maybe not be an astronaut, he said, but he at least wants to be in space. Hopefully, I don't know if Anna and I will be in space, but maybe our kids will be in space, Jaeger. And so Global from Anywhere can be in space. Maybe we even have episodes in the future about how to like set up a space station or something. So it's just a natural like progression expansion. We've had GFA meetups in Florida, Texas. We had one in Brussels, Belgium. Like there was been discussions in Colombia. We almost did a cross-border summit in Colombia, but COVID, of course, blew that one up. Maybe we'll bring it back. So the idea is we also have communities. I think there's somebody in Egypt talking to us about doing meetups in Egypt for GFA. So it would be a little bit weird to call Global from Asia meetup in Egypt we did do it in Miami as Global from Asia, but it just seems more suitable now to be Global from Anywhere with our software, our community, and our cross-community collaborations. And then Cross Border Summit, actually, we almost called it the Global from Asia Summit in 2015 when we started to build out the summit.
Wow.
And there was a small amount of maybe 1 or 2 months in 2015. Maybe people could even dig up the episodes. We called it the Global from Asia Summit or GFA Summit. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt, I think it was me. I don't know why we picked Global Cross Border Summit and we made a new website. It used to just redirect to Global from Asia website. But people I love the brand Cross Border Summit. And maybe we should have called this the Cross Border Podcast, or Cross Border is a cool word because that's what we do is business. It's another form of international business, right? Cross border is a little bit more niche or specific to doing business between borders or across borders between one country or multiple countries and another. But yeah, I don't know if that's my probably too long, but
Yeah.
somewhat of an explanation.
Yeah. And so it's already your eighth year, right, for Cross Border Summit.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. And I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Mike, for those who are not familiar with the Cross Border Summit, can you say a little bit about it?
Cross Border Summit is the response to all of our amazing people. Like we just had John Hubble on the show. It's our offline in-person annual conference for Global from Asia, Global from Anywhere, or cross-border business, e-commerce, Amazon. It has somewhat over the years evolved to be a little bit more Amazon focused. We're trying to broaden it out again to multi-channel. We've always had on multiple channels, but it is, even I had a dinner last night. I talked to some people at Alibaba and I talked to some people, of course, at shipping and sellers. We all are going multi-channel, but it's really about export. It's not selling as much in Asia or China. We had done some sessions about like Lazada, had done some sessions about Taobao, but we've always, our main focus and interest in community has been about exporting from Asia or selling internationally. And it's always, we used to somewhat have more about making things and supply chain, but it's more about growing your business, making more sales, improving your sales. Like over the years, it's evolved to like increasing your business, your international business sales overseas. So it's a little bit more been like Amazon, Shopify, talk, distribution. But we do get feedback. People do want more sessions about learning how to do logistics, how to do product development. But a lot of the sessions have more been about advertising, rank, case studies of sellers. But so that's what it's been. Is
Mm-hmm.
that
All
clear?
right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And last year's theme, yeah, I was in Chiang Mai last year as well. So last year's theme was ignition. How about this year? So I see takeoff, but are you expanding this or?
Yeah, I think it was even last night at dinner. There's some people that came to the summit over the last few years, like Tommy. He's a great community member, and he says, "I was 2023. We talked. There was Jonathan Folks, and he spoke about agents. And actually, I didn't even really know what an agent was at that time. And of course, agents has become a real thing now. Still early, I feel a little bit like even John in the interview just said it's a little bit of a token hog, which is definitely become an issue for us. But we are early stage development of making it more agentic commerce in the in this year's session. So we always have a theme every single year. Actually, my wife has always been the proponent, one to inspire me to do that. And I can even go back to the China ones, but we did 4 in China, we did 4 in, this will be our 4th in Thailand for 8 total over 10 years. The point of it this year is, how do I say? It's easier if I say the last 4 years. So 2023, we finally reopened after COVID. Of course, it should have been 10 or 11 by now, but COVID put a big gap in the middle. But we called it Open Borders New Beginnings. And I feel it was a suitable name because China border was the last ones to open in 2023, Chinese New Year, which is about February 2023. It's crazy. The border was not really fully opened up until 2023 in China. I know the Western world opened up or maybe didn't even really close. And so that was 2023. Then we had building streams, planting seeds, which mean like rebirth or regrowth. of the community, of the ecosystem, because COVID did a lot of damage, especially in the cross-border, because as you can imagine, cross-border means being able to do business between borders, and when borders are closed, it's hard. So we even had a broken borders online one, right? Cross-border matchmaker. We didn't use a Summit brand, we used a sub brand, but we had broken borders during COVID as theme. And then then last year was Ignition. So we're starting to like build up the rocket ship to take off finally. And now it is takeoff. We are taking off. And hopefully as many people can join us on the takeoff as they can. Hopefully people have survived these hard times. It seems like it's just hard times, and it's exciting times, it's transitioning times. So the theme means join us in this rocket ship after we take off. And if you've been able to withstand the pressures of all these changes, even before COVID, there was trade wars and trade wars again, and tariffs and aggregator craze and all these things. The point now is let's celebrate that and go to the next level. And hopefully that being agentic commerce and working with agents and AI in your Amazon brand or in your e-commerce brand or in your product business, or maybe even business in general, but we still within the community focus on physical product. But that's a theme, and we should have a blog post and more information about that soon.
Yeah.
But that's the idea.
I even feel that right now we're already taking off. We cannot wait for November. So
Yeah, like I literally am getting chat messages and DM as we are in this session of people about unread message is building real shit. This is like literally I have a second screen I'm looking at. I think one thing about our community is, and this show is, we are not as much hype as we should be. We should be more, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't be, but we do real shit here. Like we execute, we are consistent, we do it, right? Like I have seen over the last 10 years of doing Cross Border Summit and 20 years plus in the e-com space and entrepreneur space, so many people come and go with their Lamborghinis and their big budgets on advertising for their squeeze pages with their upsell sequences and their email follow-up series to get people to join their community and their courses and their events. But it was actually really amazing. I was just at this dinner. It was more of a Thai seller dinner last night, but people just said great things about what we've done, right? And we're not the biggest event. Even this year, we're trying to be in the 100-person range, and we already got good amount of people already confirmed. But we build real shit with real people. It's like really high quality and experienced people that we vet and we know, right? These are not just random sessions with like theories. It's people doing it on the ground. On the ground.
Yes. And the AI LLMs can actually vouch for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, even just last year, the LLMs just rolled out. Yeah, they already know cross-border summit. Yeah. Yeah, congratulations to that. So for this year, maybe you could share a little bit of what people should be expecting, or is there something exciting that you want to share for this year?
Yeah. So as I've been hinting to in this talk is agentic commerce, agents, which is a subset of AI. Of course, every conference, every industry, every community is talking about AI. But, we are working on having our agents alive, and we're working on having real agentic commerce. And I'm a seller myself, and I know how sellers think. And I think a lot of e-commerce sellers are not embracing AI as much as maybe other industries. But I have a goal by the summit to have more tangible ways and commercial ways. That's what commerce is, or e-commerce is, or agentic commerce is ways that you can make more sales with agents and agentic commerce. So I think that's my big goal for Cross Border Summit is sellers are feeling like this is all theory or early or techie or geeky or too difficult. How do I make money with it? So I have a goal for attendees to have a solid way to link sales with agentic commerce at Cross Border Summit.
Yeah, I believe Janice Chung and Lisa Yuson are attending Cross Border Summit this
Yeah,
year.
they're going to be agentic commerce ready to transact with people.
Yes,
It's very
absolutely.
exciting. It's still early, but they're actually transacting now. They're buying things. They haven't sold things yet, but that's what I'm working on. But they're buying
Yeah,
things. They can sell things.
I wouldn't be surprised if they are the ones manning the booths
Yeah.
and doing the
We need John's
transactions.
robots, or we can get the robots.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, Road to CBS, this is going to be a monthly or bi weekly update. We give our followers, and then, of course, we're going to give you updates. For sure, you have questions about the venue. By the way, the venue is locked. And
Yep.
then, yes, also, we're going to update you with several activities, partnerships, what we're doing this year. We're talking about having more community events if we can make that possible for you guys. So, as Mike mentioned earlier, yeah, the meetups have picked up this year, and then we're doing several meetups in different locations. And then, yeah, we're trying to make that work so that we have, yeah, probably more new faces this Cross Border Summit. But yeah, I'm excited for the event. I'm excited of the tracks. Like you said, there are more topics, high level discussions. Yeah, the fireside chats, actually, I like those. And also the networking, I like those from
Yeah.
last year. Right.
Yeah.
So do you have any last words for our audience, Mike?
So it's obviously very early right now. I don't know, more than 6 months from now. So we're very early in the development of our 8th annual Cross Border Summit. So we'd love to get like you said, about the formats, the sessions, the speakers. We'd love this at this point. Reaching out to us is where we're most flexible. And a lot of times everybody always finds out or contacts us like a week before with some like huge idea that they want to add on or do with us. This is the time to do it. But yeah, we have a new upgraded venue. The last 3 years in Chiang Mai was at a venue we were using, but we're part of maybe the theme of Takeoff is we're going to a more central location right in the heart of Neiman. And we want to add on, like you said, like more sessions, more ways to work with people, more alliances and more community things. Don't be shy. And I'm super excited. I don't know, we were going to say 10 years or 8, but 8's more real, but it has been 10 years since the first one. Actually, to be honest, it's been 10 years already, 10 years in a week, because we did the first one in April 16th, 2016. So it's already been 10 years since the first one, but it's
Wow.
the 8th annual
Yes.
because of
Yeah.
COVID,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
actually
COVID.
messing my mind up. But I guess 0 is 1, right? Because 2016 was 1. Because if we did 8 and we had COVID in the middle, but you can count it 16, 17, 18, 19, 23. So there's like a big gap 23, 24, 25. Now this is 26. So then, yeah, we missed 20, 21, 22. So we missed 3, but it's still 10 years. So it would have
Yeah.
been 11.
Golden
Alright.
10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we are excited. I don't want to, there's some things I can't announce because it's not been confirmed, but we are talking to some strategic partners, of course, sponsors, of course, speakers, of course. But I think it will have more agentic commerce AI in it, but not just general. Like we know sellers are more practical, more like a practical revenue generating. That's what we always try to do is revenue generating topics for your business.
Yes. Send Mike. All right. Yes, I guess we can wrap up for now.
Yeah, this is longer than I think it was even meant to be. So
Yeah.
I hope it's helpful. We'll use this also as keeping the people, not just in the session, on socials, channels, and our community up to date.
Yeah. And most importantly, if you want to connect with us, just head over to our website, crossbordersummit.com. And then you can apply as a speaker. Yeah, we have already applications lined
Yeah,
up.
there's quite a few. We actually got to go
We're
through that.
reviewing.
We should almost
Yes.
make it where the because people ask me who are the speakers. Like last night at the dinner, a few people said, "Who's the speakers?" So maybe we even make a way that people could even participate in who would the speakers be. Although it's a little bit tricky because
Yes.
privacy and we don't want to embarrass people and things like that. But we have some great applications already.
Yeah, great applications, and then you'll be hearing from us soon. So again, guys, yes, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, if you want to connect with us, don't hesitate to head over to our website and fill out the form, and we'll reach out to you. All
Thanks,
right,
Ed. Thanks for helping do
great.
this. All right, Mike. Take
Yes.
care.
Until the next episode, take care.